Leos, this is Star with Ariana Stark. This is your forecast for the year 2021. Like always, I will rely on tarot for your overall reading, and I'll also use some oracle decks that we have here. To wrap up this reading, I'm going to use the angel therapy cards, and I'm also using Celtic Lenormand as well. So let's just dive into your reading without wasting any further time. Towards the final days of 2020, stepping into 2021, for Leos, we have the Three of Swords. Certainly, I think this period was quite hectic for you. Possibly, you may have also felt there were issues with respect to your health. Aside from that, I'm also picking up that maybe you didn't get what you had desired, but then other gains were there for you. Maybe some of you had also felt the pangs of separation or some kind of a loss. Your words may have also created misunderstandings in your relationship. Obstacles to overcome this year, the challenges for 2021 for Leos is the Five of Cups. Certainly this lady is in mourning, and it seems that Three of Swords is being carried, this energy is being carried forward into the year 2021. Ideally, I think Leos, you should leave the past behind. Nonetheless, I think a estrangement in a relationship is quite possible in this year. Maybe some of you may be making travel plans, or you may want to move out of certain circumstances. Some changing in your living environment is also quite likely for Leos this year. It would be prudent for you to take a back seat rather than involve yourself in other people's affairs. Sometimes retreating from certain situations can work out to our advantage. Also, before pointing fingers at others, I think you should clarify rather than jump the gun. Work-wise, I think there'll be distractions which are going to be there, which you have to ignore, or you have to focus a great deal more. Some kind of backstabbing or backbiting is also quite likely. Maybe conspiracy theories could float. Influences for 2021 for Leos, we have the Nine of Swords. Certainly this is the energy which talks about being filled with anxiety, or there will be tension-filled moments as well, but then you can take heart from the fact that you will be able to complete a lot of work, even if responsibilities increase this year, or maybe there are colleagues who are absent or staff is unavailable, but then you're going to step up and take charge of the situation. Though it may not be smooth sailing, but then some respite is certainly on the cards for Leos this year. Whatever it is, the energy flow is going to be good, so you're going to make quick progress. For some of you, I'm also picking up that maybe on the professional scene, interviews could be lined up, but then the pay may not be up to the mark, or maybe it may not meet your expectations. Again, another thing, Leos, that you should be mindful of the fact, because knives are being sharpened behind your back, or your rivals could try to malign you. You should also guard against ill health or negative forces which are around you. Maybe you should do some spiritual cleansing as well to heal yourself. Towards the first 4 months, that is January, February, March, April, we have the Knight of Swords for Leo. So certainly this energy is asking you to be flexible instead of being rigid. Perhaps you can cooperate with your colleagues as well. Basically, there'll be movement which is there for sure, and you'll have to be up and about, and you have to take charge of the situation. There'll be some distractions, no doubt, but then you are being called upon to go the extra mile for bucks. Sometimes you may also feel that financially you're not making that much of a headway. Maybe you're dependent on others, so you're desiring financial independence as well. This period will also be a time when there'll be excess communication. Oftentimes in this period, you could be tired and overworked or exhausted as well. Maybe you will be called upon to focus on whatever has come up. That is why this work could, or this task could take precedence over whatever you're working on, or whichever assignment you're working on. Leos, I think you have to be prepared for the unforeseen eventualities as well. Praise which is coming your way on account of your creativity, or on account of your intelligence. Also, I think Leos, I think you should nip issues in the bud rather than make a mountain out of a molehill. The next 4 months, that is May, June, July, August, we have the Three of Pentacles. Certainly in this period, you are being asked to collaborate with others. Certain gains will be there for you. Maybe there are minor gains. So that is why you are being asked to cooperate with other people instead of being rigid. Again, another thing I'm also picking up is Leos in this time, you will be focused about polishing your skills or enhancing your skills. Your creative skills will be in demand as well. I think personally also you'll be the sounding board for your loved ones. Maybe they have issues which you need to resolve. So that is why they are going to seek your advice. Another thing, Leos, in this period, if you're looking for a better work offer, maybe you will think that your skills aren't there, or you don't have the experience which is required by the employer. That is why maybe an offer could slip out of your hands. So this is why I think you're being called upon to enhance your skills. I think many of you may also be thinking about clearing some of your debts in this period. Those of you who are at the helm of affairs, your leadership skills will be evident, and in fact praise is coming your way because you're a boss who is quite encouraging. Your juniors' achievements will also reflect very well on your department. There could be a senior worker who could be creating trouble for you, but the administration may overlook or ignore your complaint against this senior person. Maybe the person is quite efficient, that is why the management may overlook his mistakes. September, October, November, December is marked by the card Tower. And we clarify the Tower, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Certainly communication is going to increase in this period because it's the Mars energy. Again, you are being called upon to think on your feet and to act. Sometimes you will react on the spur of the moment and you will follow your heart and you will do whatever you desire. However, I think Leos in this period, you should also be careful because there could be gains, but then somebody could also betray you. Other than that, I think you have to be ready for the grind because Tower talks about excess pressure as well. Some sacrifices have to be made as well in this period, Leos. Perhaps you should not be in a very aggressive mood. However, you'll be surprised to get your dues, which could be totally unexpected as well in this period. Some delays are quite likely in the last 4 months, but then you're able to complete what you set out to do. So that is something which you can take heart from. Ideally, I think Leos in this period, you should allow the situation to be under control. Maybe, again, you're being asked to cooperate with others. Listen to the viewpoint of others rather than let it go out of hand. Sometimes while working on the computer also, in case you're dealing with information, then you may find that there's contradictory information before you. So it may be in this period, you may also find that your secrets are going to come out in the open, or you'll be made aware of whatever is going on. Technical gadgets could also bother you in this period, or banking work and financial transactions will also be a priority for Leos in this period. With respect to your love life, I have the card Vibrations. And I also have the card Signs. Certainly, I think whoever you're thinking about, this person, it could be a very spiritual connection because both of you may be connected to each other on the 5D plane. There'll also be signs from the universe which you're going to get with respect to this relationship, in case you are in a connection or in case you're interested in someone. Certainly in the year 2021, Leos, you're going to leave your suitors heartbroken. I think you will reject somebody who has feelings for you. Maybe there'll also be married men or married women who could show more than a passing interest in you. They're all smitten. For single Leos, I'm also picking up that there could be marriage proposals on dating sites as well, but then you should not read too much into it. Perhaps there's also a choice in love here. In case you're crushing on someone, I think you'll continue to cyberstalk your crush. Maybe you want to take the relationship forward, so maybe you could consider sending a message, but then you may feel as though you're being ignored or sidelined. Perhaps he's unwilling to acknowledge. Ideally, I think you should let the universe take its own time because we have the card Vibration. So this person is certainly picking up your energy, even if he's not going to acknowledge the same. In case you are romancing, I think you will enjoy phone conversations. Maybe your person is also going to be very free with compliments. I think he finds you very intelligent. Besides, you also have that spiritual bent in which is visible. Sometimes, you may also be a bit quiet in the relationship. Maybe you should go the extra mile in case you want it to move to a higher plane. Basically, I think you should be more playful and flirtatious as well. Some of you may also be writing love notes, or maybe you are penning poems for each other. Interestingly, your person could also be a bit insecure. Maybe he thinks that you could lose interest in him because he's being too explicit, or he's trying to impress you with his gestures. Married Leos, I think you could be dealing with a person who could question you or who could be suspicious. Maybe marital infidelity could be a factor for some Leos this year. Other than that, I think you shouldn't allow other people to interfere or meddle in your relationship. Ideally, I think you'll also collaborate with your person because I'm picking up that maybe collaboration could be there with respect to work. Spouse health could also be a factor this year, especially in the last 4 months. As a parent, I think Leos, you may be concerned because your children desire financial independence. Maybe some of you are also in an oppressive relationship, so you want to break away from that connection in case you're in an unhappy marriage or in case you're in an unhappy relationship. From Lenormand, we have the card Tower, and I also have the card Snake. This is interesting because I did say in this reading that in the year 2021, you have to be careful because knives are being sharpened behind your back, or there's somebody who is quite secretive and who isn't, or who's like a snake beneath the flower. So you have to be careful of those kinds of individuals this year. Another thing for Leos, I'm also picking up because we have the Tower card here. So I think that you are desiring a position of authority, or you may isolate yourself as well because work would keep you so busy that you may be lost in work and you could isolate yourself from other people. Ideally, I think you want to move up and you want to be in a position of strength this year. Lastly, I'll wrap up this reading with some messages from the Angel Therapy cards. We have the card Cut Your Cords. Archangel Michael is asking you to let go of fear-based energies of your relationships which are toxic. Even if you're working as a professional, maybe you're in an environment which is stifling for you. So you have to remove yourself from such circumstances in case you want to evolve as a person. Another card we have here is Crown Chakra. Certainly you are being guided by the universe, or you are being connected spiritually, or your spiritual evolution is quite likely for Leos this year. Maybe you are getting messages in dreams or in visions because your crown chakra seems to be very active. I think you could also use amethyst, or you could use clear quartz to improve the crown chakra. I hope Leos, you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. We also have the weekly love reading which is published every week. Have a look at that as well to get greater insight into your love life. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.